Good morning, everyone. Let's start with the simple truth: life is messy. It's full of choices that tug at us in different directions. Some decisions make our hearts race with excitement, and others feel like they demand a mental gymnastics routine just to figure out. But here's the thing: when it comes to navigating this wild, wonderful, and unpredictable journey called life, you need both your heart and your brain in the driver's seat. Imagine standing at a crossroads, unsure which path to take. Your heart is the inner voice that whispers, this is what you truly want. This is what will make you come alive. It's the part of you that knows your deepest desires, even when you're too afraid to admit them. It's raw, unfiltered, and honest. Your heart speaks the language of dreams, of connection, and of passion. But dreams without a plan, that's like setting sail without a map or a compass. You might feel the excitement of the wind in your sails, but you're likely to end up lost, adrift in a sea of uncertainty. That's where your brain steps in, not to silence your heart, but to partner with it. Your brain is the architect of your vision. It takes the abstract ideas your heart gives you and asks, okay, how do we make this happen? It creates strategies, identifies obstacles, and breaks your goals into actionable steps. It anticipates challenges and equips you with the tools to navigate them. For example, let's say your heart tells you that you want to write a book. The mere thought of it fills you with joy and possibility. That's the heart's job, to give you the why, but your brain. Your brain looks at the practicalities. What's the timeline? What's the topic? How much time can you realistically dedicate to writing every week? It figures out the how. It's not always a smooth partnership. Sometimes your heart will push you toward a risk, and your brain will scream, wait. That's scary. What if we fail other times? Your brain might insist on a safe, predictable route while your heart feels suffocated, longing for more. The tension between the two can feel overwhelming. But here's the secret: that tension isn't a problem to solve, it's a balance to embrace. When your heart and brain work together, magic happens. Your heart fuels you with the passion to start, and your brain equips you with the plan to sustain. Your heart is the dreamer, but your brain is the doer. The heart inspires and the brain executes. Think about some of the greatest achievements in your life. Chances are they started with a moment of clarity from your heart, a feeling of this is it. But what got you to the finish line was your brain helping you stay the course, adapt when things got tough, and celebrate milestones along the way. Remember this: your heart sets the destination, but your brain figures out the route. Both are essential. Together they make you unstoppable. Passion is an incredible force. It ignites our spirits, fuels our ambitions, and makes us feel alive. It's the fire that drives us to take risks, to step out of our comfort zones, and to pursue what we truly care about. But here's the thing about fire: if it's not controlled, it can spread wildly, consuming everything in its path. That's what passion without perspective can feel like. When we're driven by pure emotion, we often act on impulse. We chase what feels exciting in the moment, sometimes without stopping to ask, is this sustainable? Is this the right move for the long term? Am I prepared for what this entails? Acting solely on passion can lead us to make decisions that are exciting but not well thought out, choices that might feel good now but create unnecessary challenges later. Think about a time when you made a decision purely out of excitement. Maybe it was saying yes to a big project without considering whether you had the time or resources to deliver. Or perhaps it was jumping into a relationship or a job that felt thrilling at first but didn't align with your values or long-term goals. These choices, while made with good intentions, can lead to burnout, regret, or even the realization that you've been chasing someone else's dream instead of your own. Perspective is what keeps passion grounded. It's the ability to take a step back, breathe, and look at the bigger picture. Perspective helps you ask the critical questions. Why am I really pursuing this? What could go wrong, and how will I handle it if it does? Does this align with my values and my long-term vision for my life? This doesn't mean you should dampen your passion. Far from it. Passion is your fuel, but perspective is the steering wheel. Without perspective, passion can lead you down paths that might be exciting at first, but ultimately take you further away from where you want to be. For example, let's say you're passionate about starting your own business. That passion gives you the courage to dream big, to imagine the impact you could make. But without perspective, without a clear understanding of the market, the financial commitment, and the time it will take to build something sustainable, you might find yourself overwhelmed and unprepared. The business might fail not because you lacked passion, but because you didn't pair it with a realistic plan. Perspective doesn't kill dreams, it strengthens them. It turns fleeting excitement into sustainable momentum. It helps you navigate the highs and lows with clarity, ensuring that your passion isn't just a spark, but a steady flame that can carry you forward. The truth is, we need both passion and perspective to make wise, intentional decisions. Passion gets you started, but perspective ensures you're headed in the right direction. Together, they empower you to dream big without losing sight of reality, creating a balance that leads to thoughtful, purposeful action. So the next time you feel that rush of passion, take a moment to pause. Let yourself feel the excitement, but don't stop there. Ask yourself the tough questions. Seek advice from people you trust. Take time to reflect. Because when passion is paired with perspective, it doesn't just feel good, it creates something truly lasting. In a world that often values productivity over purpose, it's easy to let logic take the wheel. Logic is safe, reliable, and efficient. It gets things done. It helps us set goals, organize tasks, and make decisions based on facts and data. But here's the thing, logic on its own can only take you so far. Without the heart to give it meaning, logic becomes a relentless taskmaster, driving you forward without ever asking why you're doing what you're doing. This is how burnout begins. When we rely solely on logic, we tend to focus on external metrics, deadlines, quotas, achievements, and to-do lists. We measure success by how much we've accomplished rather than how we feel about the journey. While this might work for a while, over time it drains us. The grind of endless tasks, responsibilities, and obligations starts to feel like a treadmill you're moving, but you're not really going anywhere that matters. Let's take an example. Imagine someone who is working tirelessly to climb the corporate ladder. Every decision they make is based on logic. What's the next promotion? How can I maximize my earnings? What's the best way to outperform my peers? On paper, they might look successful, a great title, a big paycheck, a polished resume. But without heart, without connecting to their why, they might wake up one day and realize they feel empty. Burnout isn't just about working hard. It's about working hard without a sense of purpose or fulfillment. It happens when you're running on logic alone without listening to what your heart needs. The heart, on the other hand, reminds us why we're here. It connects us to the things that bring us joy, meaning, and a sense of belonging. It asks questions like, am I doing what I love? Does this align with my values? Am I prioritizing the people and experiences that truly matter? When you let your heart guide you, work isn't just about checking boxes or meeting deadlines. It becomes an expression of who you are and what you care about. You start to feel energized instead of depleted, even when you're working hard, because your efforts are aligned with something bigger than yourself. That's not to say logic isn't important. It absolutely is. Logic gives you the structure to execute your plans, solve problems, and stay disciplined. But if logic is the engine that keeps you moving forward, heart is the fuel that keeps you going. Without it, even the most logical and well-laid plans can feel meaningless. Think about the last time you felt truly alive in your work or personal life. Chances are it wasn't just because you were being efficient or logical. It was because you were doing something that mattered to you, something that resonated with your values, sparked your curiosity, or connected you to others. That's what the heart brings to the table. On the flip side, if you ignore your heart for too long, you might find yourself achieving goals that don't actually make you happy. You might even start to resent the very things you worked so hard to accomplish. That's the trap of logic without heart. It can make you incredibly productive, but ultimately unfulfilled. The solution isn't to choose between logic and heart, it's to integrate them. Use logic to create a plan, but let your heart guide the destination. Let your decisions be informed by both your mind and your emotions. Check in with yourself regularly and ask, does this still feel meaningful to me? Am I pursuing something I truly care about, or am I just going through the motions? Am I making room for joy, connection, and creativity in my life? When you lead with both logic and heart, you create a life that is not only productive but also deeply fulfilling. You work hard, but you don't lose sight of what you're working for. And most importantly, you protect yourself from burnout by staying connected to the things that make you come alive. Because at the end of the day, success isn't just about getting things done. It's about creating a life that feels good to live. And for that, you need both logic and heart. Life is a series of choices. Some are small, like deciding what to eat for dinner. Others are monumental, like choosing a career path, ending a relationship, or pursuing a lifelong dream. When it comes to the big decisions, the ones that truly shape our lives, the best choices are the ones that are both brave and thoughtful. Bravery and thoughtfulness may seem like opposites at first glance. Bravery calls for boldness, a leap of faith, and the willingness to take risks. Thoughtfulness, on the other hand, asks for patience, reflection, and careful consideration. But the truth is, they are not opposites, they are partners. Together, they create decisions that are not only courageous but also intentional.
Bravery without thoughtfulness, a risky gamble.
Bravery alone can lead to impulsive decisions. It might drive you to quit your job without a backup plan or invest your savings in a risky venture without understanding the stakes. While these actions might seem bold, they can leave you unprepared for the consequences. Bravery without thoughtfulness is like jumping off a cliff without checking what's below. It might lead to adventure. Thoughtfulness without bravery, a life half-lived. On the other hand, thoughtfulness without bravery can keep you stuck. You might spend so much time analyzing and planning that you never take the leap. Fear of failure or uncertainty can paralyze you, making you hesitant to act, even when you know what you want. While thoughtfulness ensures caution, it can also become a shield, protecting you from risk, but also from growth and opportunity. What does it mean to be both brave and thoughtful? Being both brave and thoughtful means taking risks, but not blindly. It means acting with courage, but also with clarity. It's about allowing yourself to dream big while also grounding those dreams in reality. Let's take an example. Imagine you want to start your own business. Bravery pushes you to pursue your passion, to take a chance on yourself. It's what gives you the courage to say, I believe in this dream, and I'm willing to put in the work to make it happen. But bravery alone isn't enough. Thoughtfulness comes into play when you ask the important questions. What problem am I solving with this business? What resources do I need to succeed? What challenges might I face and how will I address them? Am I financially prepared for this transition? By blending bravery with thoughtfulness, you don't just dream about starting a business, you create a plan that gives your dream the best chance of succeeding. Brave and thoughtful choices are grounded in your values. When you make decisions that are both brave and thoughtful, you're not just reacting to external pressures or following fleeting emotions. Instead, you're aligning your choices with your core values and long-term goals. This alignment gives you confidence, even when the path ahead feels uncertain, because you know you're acting in a way that's true to yourself. For instance, leaving a toxic relationship might require immense bravery, but thoughtfulness ensures you've taken the time to reflect on why the relationship isn't serving you, what boundaries you need to set, and how you'll navigate the emotional aftermath. Similarly, deciding to move to a new city might feel like a bold move, but thoughtful preparation, researching neighborhoods, securing a job, or building a support network makes the transition smoother and more successful. The intersection of courage and intention. When bravery and thoughtfulness meet, something powerful happens. Your decisions become both daring and deliberate. You're willing to take risks, but those risks are calculated and informed. You act not out of fear or impulsiveness, but out of a deep understanding of what you want and what it will take to achieve it. Practical steps to be both brave and thoughtful. Pause before acting. When faced with a big decision, take a moment to reflect. Bravery often demands action, but thoughtfulness asks for pause. Give yourself the time to weigh your options and consider the potential outcomes. Define your why. Ask yourself, why am I making this choice? Understanding your motivations ensures that your actions are aligned with your values and not driven by external pressures or fleeting emotions. Do your homework. Research, plan, and prepare. Thoughtfulness is about equipping yourself with the knowledge and resources you need to move forward confidently. Embrace discomfort. Bravery requires stepping out of your comfort zone. Accept that fear and uncertainty are natural parts of growth, but don't let them paralyze you. Take the leap. Once you've reflected, planned, and prepared, it's time to act. At some point, bravery takes over, and you have to trust yourself enough to move forward. Closing thought. The best choices in life aren't the ones that are easy or obvious. They are the ones that require both courage and consideration. They push you to take risks while ensuring those risks are purposeful. They challenge you to act boldly while staying true to your values. When you learn to make decisions that are both brave and thoughtful, you unlock a powerful balance, one that allows you to live with passion and intention, creating a life that feels both meaningful and fulfilling. As we come to the end of this conversation, I want to leave you with one simple yet powerful idea. Life is not a choice between your heart and your brain, between passion and practicality, or between courage and caution. It's about weaving them together into a tapestry that reflects who you are and what you stand for. Following your heart ensures that you are true to your dreams and values. Taking your brain with you ensures that those dreams are not just imagined but realized. So as you step out into the world, remember this: be bold enough to dream and wise enough to plan. Be brave in your pursuit of what matters, but thoughtful in how you get there. Because when you embrace the balance of both, you're not just making choices, you're building a life that's as meaningful as it is sustainable. Thank you.